Alright guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Blizzard's new realm consolidation measure to TBC Classic realms. All that actually means is certain realms are being totally killed off and people are being forced to move onto other realms. By the way guys, you'll be doing me an absolute solid if you quickly sub to my second channel. There's going to be some cool content going on there pretty soon. Right now there is free transfers off these realms that are going to be killed, and then it will be forced later on April the 9th when the realms will be properly killed off. People are saying that this more or less confirms a pre-patch date. In my opinion, it really doesn't. It doesn't confirm anything, but it will be very unlikely that a pre-patch will come before August the 9th. But guys, ultimately this realm consolidation measure, it's complete crap, and I'm going to explain to you why it is. First of all, when you look at these free transfers, right, your options are to either go on a server that's probably going to be dead in a couple of months, or go on servers that are heavily dominated, like 90%, by a particular faction. And those options are Earthshaker for Alliance and Goldmag for Horde. Those are the only servers that really have any healthy population. But faction imbalance is absolutely horrendous. You may be thinking, well, that doesn't really matter because who cares about open world PvP? Those people are forgetting about Wintergrasp in Wrath of the Lich King. Wintergrasp is going to be boring as hell on those servers, because unless they introduce some kind of measure to fix Wintergrasp, the same faction is going to win over and over and over again. That's boring for both factions, the faction that barely anyone's playing, but also the faction that is winning every time because they won't actually be able to experience Wintergrasp. So just because you play on a bad server that Blizzard haven't been bothered to sort out, you're essentially missing out on content. They are at least removing the restriction on when a PvP player cannot move to a PvE realm. They are removing that at least. That should fix things a little better. But guys, this is literally years too late. They should be adaptive and respond quickly to when realms die, not when all of them are dead and the ship has sailed a long time ago. The only reason why they're doing it now is to save money. There's a number of servers out there, cost money to keep a server going, so they're killing them off to save money. Pretty straightforward. Whereas actually putting a little bit of effort into fixing realms and being more on the ball when these issues prop up in the first place and introducing systems to prevent them from happening in the first place, you have to pay someone a wage to do that. When a server starts to show faction imbalance, you should prevent new players from making characters on that dominant faction. Offer free transfers to the server, but only for the least dominant faction, then offer free transfers off the server for the dominant faction. It's pretty straightforward. And another way they could do this to fix it, free faction transfers. This is a practice done by many private servers. Normally the Horde gets too dominated on Wrath of the Lich King servers, so they offer some kind of free faction transfer and a little incentive for people to go and play Alliance, normally in the form of higher XP rates. Blizzard obviously won't do that, but what they could do is maybe introduce the Season of Mastery quest buff that grants 40% extra quest XP for the Alliance, or a cosmetic incentive like they get a certain TCG mount or TCG pet when they've played the game for a certain amount of hours on the least dominant faction. Another problem is that Blizzard don't really closely monitor the free transfer situations, so normally these free transfers are up for way too long and it can kind of very commonly make just matters worse. They need to have a fast response with these free character transfers and just be on the ball with the on and off switch, turn it on when it's needed, turn it off when it's not needed. Server merging and splitting definitely needs to happen as well. There's a lot of servers out there which are just dwindling. Their population is they're basically on the verge of the server dying. Why not merge those servers with other servers which are in a similar boat? Maybe even put 3 servers together. And then the bigger servers, they need to be split, okay? Let's be honest, Firemore and Gehennas, they just need to be put on a bonfire. They really are a lost cause. They're a great service when you don't like actually playing the game because you have to sit in a 2-hour queue to actually log on to the server. When it comes to the Firemore situation, make 2 new servers for people on Firemore to get a free transfer to so that the population can be split between 2 servers. Because right now there's way too many people on Firemore. And then, when too many people start transferring on the Alliance side, stop that from happening. Now, the issue with Gehennis is it's totally horde dominated, so splitting that server in two won't work because it literally is dominated by 99.9% horde players. Give them free transfers to alliance dominated realms, but limit the amount of transfers that can happen so that no server becomes too dominated by the horde. So for instance, everyone in Gehennis can freely transfer to 3 alliance dominated realms. One of them might only need 2,000 spots, one of them might only need 500, and so on and so forth. Maybe thinking, well, that just kills server community and things like that. I mean, let's be honest, you only talk to people in your guild, don't you? You know? And from what I've heard, these servers are filled with absolutely toxic morons anyway. This is how I imagine an ideal world when it comes to the servers. There should only be about 5 to 10 really big servers for every region. The population drop-off from Classic WoW to TBC Classic has been absolutely insane, and our servers are just totally messed up. And Blizzard need to actually fix them. They can easily fix them with all the methods I've talked about, maybe something new I haven't thought about, but it's realm consolidation. It's really just putting a band-aid on an axe wound. Blizzard do need to pull up the pants and they need to fix the servers. Okay, there's 2 to 3 hour queues on servers like Firemore, and in the future Wintergrasp is going to be a complete mess when Wrath is released, and Wintergrasp is a big part of the game, it's very important. Ideally we don't want changes to Wintergrasp like automatically allowing a faction to win because they've lost multiple times. You know, that's just a crap fix. Fix the servers, and then Wintergrasp won't be an issue in the future. And also, let's be honest, when you're on a fairly balanced server, it provides way more interesting content, open world PvP situations. It's harder for bots to farm stuff in the open world because they can get killed by the opposite faction, and it's things like that. Anyway guys, I've rambled long enough. My name is MetaGoblin. To my next video, ciao.